Good morning, students. Today, in lecture number 10, we are going to study in detail the tense, kinds, and uses. Dear friends, we are very well aware with the tense because since the 5th standard and now in CBSE or ICSE board, since the very Montessori nursery, we will, our students are learning tense. So, as you know that tense plays very important role in English communication, or tense plays very important role in LSRW skills, listening, speaking, writing and reading. So, without the proper information use of the tense, we couldn't speak well, we couldn't write grammatically correct, or we couldn't get the proper meaning of any writing or listening while we listen. So, dear friends, the tense we have seen that how it is useful in or while studying the active and passive voice, or also a reported speech, or for to write any single line, paragraph, later, dialogues and conversation, or for any interaction, we, without the help of the proper uses or usage of tense, we can't face it. Without the use of proper rules of grammar, means use of tense, we couldn't write the paragraph also. So, the tense plays important role, and in that tense, we have to concentrate on the forms of the verb, because verb plays important role in tense. Without the help of proper verb form, we couldn't form a sentence, couldn't handle dialogues, couldn't interact with someone. For example, verb form means we know the verb and its respective forms according to the tense, according to the requirement. For example, if I say start the fan, just its order. If somebody says he is starting that, so he will say I am starting. So I am starting in the present progressive. Start in the simple present basic verb. I have been starting, means since long I am trying to start the fan, but it's not started yet. It means I have been teaching. I have been starting. So have been starting. I am starting, have been starting, start. And again we have started. Means if one has started it, we will simply say I have started. I am starting. मी सुरू केलेलं आहे, मी सुरू करत आहे, मी सुरू करण्यासाठी प्रयत्न करत आहे. I have been starting, I have been eating. So this way, in the simple present tense, we have 4 forms of the verb and each one's rule, meaning, use is different. So this way the same happens in the case of past tense as well in the future tense too. So my dear students, this is very useful for the learners. One. And secondly, when we study the tense, you must know the each and every form of the verb. क्रियापदाचे जे यूज आहेत आणि त्याच पद्धतीनं त्याचे जे वर्तमानकाळी रूप, भूतकाळी रूप, भविष्यकाळी रूप आहेत ते तुम्हाला माहीत असलं पाहिजे. एक. At the same time, we have also the helping verbs also, means these are the main verbs or forms of the verbs. Then we have the helping verb as well. Also helps to support proper conversation and dialogue. So, am is are also gives the meaning. When we see the action, we simply say, I am writing a letter. I am writing. If I simply say, I write a letter. Simple proceed. And again say, since a long time, बऱ्याच वेळापासून मी पत्र लिहित आहे, अजून झालेलं नाही. आपण काय म्हणतो, I have been writing a letter since morning, since 1 hour. आणि पत्र शेवटी झालेलंच आहे, तर आपण काय म्हणतो, I have written a letter. It talks about the action. Means main verbs gives main verb means write is a main verb. Play is a main verb. Gives information in a 4 way or 4 ways of simple present, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous. The same time when we simply inform something about someone, about someone's identity, we simply say am is are we use in present. For example, I am a teacher. Am gives information. Am means us. He is a teacher. Is means the I. And they are teachers. They शिक्षक आहेत. Am is are also we use in the simple present to give one's identity for or profession. He is singer. They are players. We are cricketers. We are Indians. So this way, am is are and the basic verb forms also plays an important role in simple present tense. The same way we have in the past. Past we use was were. Instead of am is are we use in present while was were in I was a teacher. We were players. And in the future shall and will we use. And in past tense, when we use simple past, we simply say they played. क्रियापदाचं दुसरं रूप आपण वापरतो. जसं सिंपल प्रेझेंटमध्ये आय राईट हे क्रियापदाचं राईट हे क्रियापदाचं पहिलं रूप आहे, त्याच वेळेस सिंपल पास्टमध्ये आपण क्रियापदाचं दुसरं रूप वापरतो. दे रोट, दे एट, दे प्लेड, दे सॉ. आणि तेच वेळेस आपण इकडे प्रेझेंटमध्ये काय म्हणतो, दे सी, दे come. And इकडं they came. So this way am is are was were shall and will also used and also in the sentences. Then we am is are am writing we use in past tense was writing. And have and has written we use in the simple past had written. This way, my dear students, tense is an interesting part of English communication, and we use this tense very well to study and identify it in a very proper manner. So first of all, we study the present tense. Present tense, and it has 4 respective types. For example, its kinds means tense kinds and its uses we have to see in detail. Then simple present have first simple present. Present progressive. Initially we used to call it as present continuous. Now it is a progressive. Present progressive. Present perfect. And the fourth one, present perfect progressive. These are the 4 kinds of present tense. Simple present we can simply use by am, is, are, or the verbs like write, eats, goes. Then present progressive, right? We use and, is, are plus fourth form of the verb, that is writing, eating plus going. You have to keep in mind the rules, then and then only you will form small and small sentences, and you will get a clear cut idea about the tense and its respective kinds. Then we have present perfect. We use have form, has and have. Have for plural cases and I first person, and has for the third person singular number. She has, it has. Like the he is, she is or has are usually only for the third person singular number. Means Ram, Sita. Then Ram is, Sita is. The same way Ram has, Sita has we use, and have and are for I for only I, first person. Then have for plural cases we use has and have plus क्रियापदाचं तिसरं रूप means return, eaten and gone. And then present perfect progressive. In the case of progress we use been, and in the case of perfect we use has and have, and progressive means ing. This is the class name 4. We use has and have plus been plus, alright. So these are the 4 types of simple present tense, and most of the time we speak or converse with someone in simple present tense, because simple present tense plays an important role in communication. We less interact with someone in past tense and future tense, or rarely we use past and present, past and future, but most of the happenings, routine, we communicate, interact, held dialogues, or write in the simple present tense, means in present tense, and into the simple present, present progressive, present perfect, and present perfect progressive. So today we will discuss little bit about the simple present tense and its use, and some sentences which we or you how you form. छोटे छोटे सेंटेन्स तुम्ही कसं बनवाल आणि ते कसे उपयोग पडतील तुमच्या दैनंदिन मध्ये हे तुम्हाला लक्षात येईल by the use of this simple present tense, which is quite easy, simple for understanding and so on. Present tense, and we have in present we have simple present tense. Simple present tense, and simple present tense we use the basic form of the verb by adding s or es. For example, I told you am, is, are we use to give simple information about something. For example, am is used for I, is for he, she, it, or we can say Ram, Sita, or the fan. In these cases, we use, for example, here means Ram, Sita, it means fan, door, window, tube, car, mobile, whatever it comes. It is in the case of is. Am is only for I. We use I am teacher. For example, I am a teacher. And in this case, he is a teacher. Sita is a singer or fan is beautiful, mobile is colorful, car is fast. So this way, he, she, it we use is, and use of are is for plural cases. For example, we use we are, they are, and you are. Second and third person we use are, means we are players, we are players, we are intelligent, we are so and so, we are clever, and they are scholars, they are Indians. So about one's information is very well passed by the use of to be helping verb. What are these? To be helping verb of the present time in the simple present, and to be helping verb changes according to the time. In simple present we use am, is, are, and have. In other cases that is different. So this is little bit about that. Again we will further discuss the verbs and its uses. For example, basic form of the verb. First form of the verb is used in the simple present tense to give information, to show action or some happenings. For example, we write. We write. They come. She dance. He plays. Look at this EC, because when we use the verb like we use add, we add yes or es to the verb. If it started with Ram, Sita, fan, or he, she, it, we simply say he goes. And in the case of we use the we go. Because we have first person, we have I. We simply say I go. And we have and simply say we I go. This is the first person. And this third person, he, she, it, we say he goes, it goes, or she goes. And the second hand, we have the first person, third person, and we have second person, we use, we go. And the third person, plural number, we use, they go. So the basic form of the go remains as it is in the case of I, first person, we, you, second person, and they, third person, remains the same. But third person, singular number, he, she, it, only takes s, and third person, plural number, they, takes only go. So this way we simply say that, just remember the sentence, we simply use the verb. Basic verb को बदल तो he goes or she writes. Here we have added yes and here we have added yes, because according to the structure. He goes or she writes. Fan or runs. So this is about the third person singular number and use, because he goes to market, she writes a letter, fan runs fast. These are the examples of simple present tense. Then we use the same verb with the second person and third person plural. For example, you, second person singular, and we, second person plural. We simply say you go. You go to market, you go to college, whatever, you go. Then we use you go, we We go we go for shopping or we go to market. जर प्लुरल नंबर असेल तर एकापेक्षा जास्त we go to market, you go to market. You means alone, single, तू मार्केटला जा. You means also the second person. You म्हणजे तुम्ही लोक मार्केटला जा. We means आम्ही, we go to market and we simply say you go to market, we go to market, and in the case of plural case we also say they go to market. So again in the first person case also we simply say I go to market, we go to market, they go to market, you go to market, but we simply say in the case of third person we say he goes to market, she goes to market, and we say the fan runs fast. Right? This is the third person singular number cases we have the change. So according to this, keep in mind in the verb, the change in the verb form, the use of to be helping verb, we have to keep in mind, and that way you have to form these small, simple sentences which give the meaning. For example, again I will discuss you after this some sentences which we use to discuss in the present tense. For example, we say I play cricket. This play is the best form. क्रियापदाचं पहिलं रूप वापरतो. हा आय झाला नाउन, हा झाला वर्ब क्रियापद, आणि तिसरं काय क्रिकेट हे काय आहे, हे ऑब्जेक्ट आहे. जे पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीच आहे, हाऊ मेनी पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीच वी हैव? 18 नंबर. नाउन वर्ब एडवर्ब एडजेक्टिव, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective. 5. Conjunction, interjection, and preposition. So this way 5 plus 3, these are the 8, and 8 we use in the sentence. When you write any paragraph, we use all these parts of speech which make the sentence. Like this, I is a noun, play is a verb, cricket is a object. Right? Fan runs fast. I have told you. This fan is the third person. So I have told you here the verb takes yes form. Third person singular, fan, TV, car. आपण म्हणतो fan runs fast. तर इथं काय केलं आपण? त्याच वेळेस थर्ड पर्सन सिंगुलर असल्यामुळे आपण रन्स घेतलं. आता थर्ड पर्सनचं प्लुरल घेतलं, यालाच तुम्ही फॅनला प्लुरल झाला आता फॅन्स. मी सिम्पली घे फॅन रन्स फास्ट. काय म्हणतो आपण? फक्त सिंगुलर असेल तर राम sings a song. We couldn't say boys sing a song. Boys sing a song. Boys sing a song म्हणत नाही आपण. So fan runs fast, we add s here and we remove s here. So this way जी क्रियापदाचे रूप आहे इथं प्ले आहे, आणि हे जेव्हा क्रिकेट हे ऑब्जेक्ट असं काही पण येतं, काय 8 पैकी काही पण यूज करू शकतो आपण याच्यामध्ये, आणि आपोआप रिक्वायरमेंटनुसार शब्दाचे 8 जे प्रकार आहेत जाते इथे येतात. जसं फॅन रन्स फास्ट, हा नाउन झाला, हा वर्ब झाला. फास्ट काय आहे, हे काय केलं, क्रियांची माहिती देऊ लागलं, म्हणून हे फास्ट काय ॲडवर्ब, वर्ब विशेष माहिती द्यायला. समजा ॲडजेक्टिव्ह आहे, जसं फॉर एक्झाम्पल आपण काय म्हणतो, but fan is, or we can say car is beautiful. कार कशी आहे, सुंदर आहे. इथं काय वापरलं आपण, एखाद्याविषयी माहिती पाहिजे असेल तर आपण am is वापरतो. I am intelligent, he is intelligent, they are superior, they are singers, they are teachers, they are doctors, I am doctor. अशा पद्धतीने माहिती देण्यासाठी आपण am is are हे मुख्य वर्ब म्हणून वापरतो. आणि एखादी ऍक्शन दाखवण्यासाठी असेल तर they go, they come, he eats, they sleep हे मूळ क्रियापद येतो, आणि इथं टू बीची हेल्पिंग वर्ब येतो. म्हणजे कार इज ब्युटिफुल म्हणजे कार कशी आहे, आहे नामाऐवजी विशेष माहिती देणारे ही इज ब्युटिफुल, कार इज ब्युटिफुल, हे ब्युटिफुल काय आहे, ऍडजेक्टिव्ह. जे अशा प्रकारे आपण नाउन, वर्ब, ऍडजेक्टिव्ह, ऍडवर्ब, ऑब्जेक्ट, प्रेपोजिशन सुद्धा आपण त्याच्यामध्ये वापरतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल प्रेपोजिशन कसे वापराल तुम्ही, प्रेपोजिशन्स, प्रोनाउन्स म्हणजे काय, हे प्रोनाउन्स नामाऐवजी जे नाव देतो आपण त्याला ही, सी, इट, वी, यू, दे, हे आय, वी, यू, दे, ही, सी, इट हे सगळे काय प्रोनाउन्स असतात. ही म्हणजे कोण आहे, तो म्हणजे राम, श्याम जे कोणी असेल तो जनरल. ही जसं काय करतो आपण इथं काय येणार, ही स्लीप्स, येस लावलं आपण का, थर्ड पर्सन सिंगुलर असेल, ही स्लीप्स इन द गार्डन. हे इन काय आहे, हे इन, ही स्टँड इन फ्रंट ऑफ कॉलेज, हे काय आहे, इन हे प्रेपोजिशन. इन, टू असे कितीतरी प्रेपोजिशन आपण पहिल्या सेमिस्टरला बघितले. इन, फार, ऑन सगळे प्रेपोजिशन आहेत, बरोबर आहे. सो दिस वे in the case of simple present tense we have so many sentences. Just you go through any English grammar, you will find lot of examples. Again I will discuss you in the next class the present progressive tense after the simple present tense. With this I stop here. Thank you very much.